This video is just going to be about multiplication. I'm going to talk about the many different ways that you can model multiplication. For each one of these, we're going to be using the expression 3 times 4. So you can think of multiplication as repeated addition. You can think of 3 times 4 as 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, or you can think of it as 4 plus 4 plus 4, okay? Both of these are going to equal 12, which adds up because 3 times 4 is also 12. The next thing you're going to see a lot of is you can see equal groups and arrays. So if we're talking about 3 times 4, you can look at that as 3 groups of 4, or because of the commutative property, we can flip it and we can think of it as 4 groups of 3. Okay, so think of that groups of as like your multiplication because they're equal groups. You can also look at it as an array. So your arrays have rows, rows go this way, and they have columns, columns go this way. So you can think of 3 times 4 as 3 rows of 4, or you can think of it as 4 columns of 3. Now really quickly, I'm going to go back to the equal groups. I'm going to draw a picture. So if I were to draw 3 groups of 4, it could look like this. You could also just put the number 4 in those circles, or I could draw 4 groups of 3. Instead of doing dots for this one, I'm just going to put the number 3 in each, and then you get your total. In each one of those models, I have a total of 12. Okay? When I draw an array, I can do 3 rows of 4, or I can flip that array and I would have 4 rows of 3. Okay, these arrays should hopefully remind you of area because we're filling in that space within a shape. Whoops. Moving on, if we were to scroll down, we're going to look at if we were to use a number line. I know in class we didn't use number lines a ton, but there's a chance they might show you one. If we were to show 3 times 4 on a number line, there's 2 different ways you could do it. You could do 3 jumps of 4, or you could do 4 jumps of 3. Now, where do you think we're going to start on our number line? Hopefully you said 0. We want to start at 0. I'm going to do my first jump, and I'm going to go for 4. So that's 1 jump of 4. That would be 2 jumps of 4. And then 3 jumps of 4 would get me to 12. After I make my 3 jumps of 4, I landed on 12. And like I said, you can also do this making 4 jumps of 3. You can also think of skip counting. A lot of you like using skip counting. So just once again, I'm writing it up here so we can see it. I could skip count by 3 4 times. So I will go 3, 6, 9, 12. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And every time I went up by 3. Or I could skip count by 4 3 times. So that would go 4, 8, 12. 1, 2, 3. I made 3 jumps of 4. Moving on. The tape diagram or the bar model, you see these on your benchmark sometimes. There's a chance you might see one on TCAP. They're not as common, but they do exist. So for example, we know that 3 times 4 is 12. So I'm going to put 12 in this box. I can take that and break it up into 4 groups of 3. When I put all those 3's together, I will get 12. Or I can have the 12 up top, and then I could have 3 groups of 4. Both of these bar models or tape diagrams show me an answer of, or a product of 12. I've also seen it before like this. They'll take the 12, and it's almost like a number bond, 3, 3, 3, and 3. Or you could see 12 and see 4, 4, and 4. Okay. At the end of the day, there are multiple models to solve multiplication. You can pick a favorite. That's fine. Okay. If you do not have a multiplication fact to memorize, there are numerous ways to figure out the product or the answer to that multiplication problem.